What's up, YouTube? It's Tiny. Um, Today I want to talk to you about something that's near and dear to me, and it's diabetes. Um, I myself have been a diabetic for a very long time, and it's terrible. And most people don't realize that once you're heavy and you can't you get diabetes, that the the probabilities of losing weight on your own are astronomically against you. The medications that they give you to take to help the diabetes so it doesn't attack your organs actually helps to keep you heavy, because the way they work is they take the sugar that's in your bloodstream, and it pushes it into the fatty tissue of your body. So, with that being said, what it does is it helps to keep the weight on you because it's constantly putting calories in there. And this is a disease that's nothing to mess with. It causes nerve damage. It can cause blindness. It can cause infections. It causes high blood pressure. Uh, it will make you feel sick. And those are just a few things. But you can get amputations from diabetes. A lot of diabetics, they lose feeling in in their lower legs and in their feet. And what happens is they'll get cuts and stuff, and they don't even know they got them, and it causes infections. And you have to be really, really careful. When you're a diabetic, you don't heal very well. Um, so, it's really important that you do whatever your doctor says, especially if you're a type 2 diabetic. Um, type 2 diabetics, for the most part, are overweight people, and it's a really terrible disease. And then it gives somebody the misconception that you know, well, you eat all the time, that's why you're fat. You can't control your eating habits, so that's why you're heavy. And that's completely untrue. Uh, you know, with the medication working against you and the disease itself working against you, it is very, very, very difficult to lose weight. Um, um, when you're that when you're a diabetic. And I myself, at the heaviest I ever was weight wise, was 447 pounds. Now I know you're thinking, well, how in the world did you let yourself get like that? It wasn't a matter of letting myself; it was a matter of the disease making me that way. Um, I was able. I realized things were getting really, really bad, and I made a very conscious effort to lose weight. And I've gotten myself down to the lowest I've ever been. Has been 300, and it's been a struggle to do that. So on my own, I've lost almost 150 pounds worth of weight, but it has come to the point where medication does not help my sugar anymore, my diabetes. And a normal person's um, blood sugar should be between 70 and 120. Mine's up over 400. And to be honest with you, that's causing major damage to my organs, my kidneys. So, um, on Monday, the 22nd here, I'm actually getting gastric bypass surgery done because, like I said, diabetes is a terrible disease, and you know, things that most normal everyday people like to eat, like pasta or potatoes or bread, all turns into sugar, and so it just makes everything worse, other than, and throw out, soda and all that stuff. I mean, that stuff's already a given that you can't have when you're a diabetic. But so even with that being said, it's very hard. Even if you cut all that out of your diet, it's really, really, really difficult to lose the weight. Um, this disease, once it has a hold on you, if it hasn't been, if it's been left unchecked, um, can put a hurting on you. And I think that people don't really realize that if you're overweight and you are a diabetic, they don't realize that that's what's keeping you heavy. They just look at you and, oh, look, there's a fat person. They're a disgusting hog. They must eat all the time. They must constantly shove food in their face. And that's just not, that's such a big misconception. And so it's really difficult, especially like for me. I'm really worried about this on Monday, but um, it has to be done because I've been trying for years to lose weight, and with this, with being a diabetic and having this disease that won't let me lose weight, um, my health, it'll make your health deteriorate, and it's a terrible, terrible thing to slowly watch somebody go away from being a diabetic. I know people, that have died from diabetes because they just didn't care and didn't take care of it. So, I just wanted to make this because people are not aware, I think, as much as they should be, that just because somebody's heavy doesn't mean it's all their fault. And I think that, I think you need to, I think we need as a whole, as a society as a whole, stop these terrible labels that we give to people and these misconceptions that we have about people in general, and actually find out what's going on before we start running our mouths about things. But that's a whole different subject. But I just wanted to make people aware that diabetes is terrible, and diabetes is something that needs to be um, carefully looked at and understood. And you know uh, some symptoms that, if you don't know if you're diabetic, and you know you've never been tested but you think you may be, some symptoms are constant thirst. You can't get enough to drink. Dehydration. I'm This is gonna sound crazy, but it'll be hard for you to take a number two. Sometimes it'll, because you're so dehydrated, because your body just constantly gets rid of the liquid in trying to regulate your sugar. And the other thing is, if you ever have blurry vision, um, a lot of times when your sugar spikes or gets real high, it'll actually cause your vision to get real blurry. You can't see. Very, very difficult. Everything's very fuzzy, very blurry, and so those are just a few things that are the most common triggers that'll give you an indication that you may be a diabetic. Um, it's treatable. Most people can take some medication, but like I said, that medication's a double-edged sword. It helps the symptoms of diabetes, but it creates a whole nother problem in where, like I said, you can't lose weight. So, I just wanted to make this video because I think people need to be more aware of it, and I hope this was helpful. We'll see you guys in the next one.